Hello my beautiful people, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I truly appreciate your time. This video I'm coming to talk about Cameroon. A subscriber asked me to look into Cameroon as we have been talking about the current situation in West Africa. Again, Paddy said a lot of things about Cameroon. I want to share a bit before we dive into this video. Please listen to him. Thank you so much. God bless.
Cameroonian president, when Cameroonians are crying, suffering, is sitting down there. You couldn't control your own country. You are fighting for the West to get a successful stealing in Niger. When Cameroon is in mess, Anglophone part and Francophone part in Cameroon. The Francophone part and the Anglophone part. That's the problem that Cameroon is.
I came across this video about a lady who has been fighting for freedom to the Cameroon people. A young lady like myself who has been fighting. I think this president has been on since before she was even born. And she has been fighting in her corner, in her home. And according to the news, she cannot even go on the street. Some people that went on the street to fight, some of them end up being dead. And I was like, whoa, this is democracy that people talk about. I heard one Mr. Kwesi Platt said that democracy is not good for Africa. Democracy, the Western has bombed Africa with democracy. When you look at things that is going on in Africa, you would think the same. And somebody says, don't even think about democracy in Africa because you go crazy. I feel the same, and that's why I call it democracy. Because if it's democracy, how can somebody rule for 41 plus years in one country? Does it mean that there are people in the country that are brainless to rule the country? Or is it that president is the king of the country that no one dare to rule? Even though he has dementia, I mean, it's not on paper that he has, but we can all tell. I was a carer, so I know I can tell. And I work with a lot of people who has dementia. Watch this video and then tell me if this man do not have dementia.
C'est qui tous ces gens qui sont là? Pourquoi je n'ai pas demandé ça? Est-ce qu'il y a des gens importants là?
So how can a person like this rule a country, a whole country, and not just a country that has been divided into two? And not just divided into two, a country that he speaks the language of one side, and you can tell that he's more at one side than the other. What is going on, my people? What is going on? I'm sorry, I'm sweating. Is it democracy? Please listen to this man called Joseph, why he fled Cameroon, and he's now seeking asylum in the UK.
This man took his protest all the way to Cameroon's parliament.
I want to give you a quote here in this house that I borrowed from the American liberators. When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes a duty. The people of West Cameroon have a duty to resist your oppression.
So if democracy really work in Africa, would this man end up as a refugee in the UK? I don't think so. You know, we have a lot of political refugees in a lot of countries. And some of them make sense, some doesn't make sense.
For somebody my age who had lived all his life in his homeland, because I believed in it. I had so many opportunities in my life to leave, and I said I would never. And if it wasn't for the fact that I needed to get away to save my life, I would never leave it.
To me, this particular one doesn't make any sense because this man is old. He's supposed to, in UK you have to be, I think, 70. It used to be 65 to retire. I think now it's 70 or 75. And this man is 90. So he passed that stage long time ago. Yet he has the power to arrest people. Please listen to this brave lady who has also been fighting in her own corner, in her house, that she cannot even fight or demonstrate or send her people out. But she has been fighting in her home, making videos online just to, make some noise, make some noise. But
She and her supporters take big risks speaking out against the government of Paul Biya.
It is our lives. It is our lives. It's our survival. We don't say because there was an initiative yesterday, we will not do one today. We will do today. If this one fails, we will do tomorrow. And the next day until we have our fundamental freedoms and rights as Cameroonians.
She's fighting for freedom of expression, for democracy, for the right to gather and to protest. At the moment, she keeps the fight limited to social media and this compound. She knows she'll be in trouble if she takes her fight outside.
according to this man as well, his brother was arrested because they were demonstrating.
For people who cannot leave Cameroon, staying and protesting can be fatal. Rogic Ndago was jailed for taking part in an anti-government protest. He caught cholera in prison and he died, chained to a hospital bed.
Nous ne mesurons pas que ce gouvernement est capable.
We could never imagine that this government will abandon a sick person chained up in hospital. On the contrary, officials who have embezzled public money are flown abroad for medical treatment. It is tragic. Nowadays, being part of the opposition is a straight path to death.
In Europe, when somebody, even a murderer, when they are not well, they take them to the hospital. And this is why I said democracy is not for we Africans. Maybe we should have our own different democracy, like a lot of us are speaking about. Somebody says democracy is a lie in Africa. Sometimes I don't get it. Sometimes I just don't get it. So this guy, young guy, handsome guy, has died. What was his crime? Just to go on the street and demonstrate. This young guy might not even see any president in his life since he was born. One person he has been seeing. And he must ask himself, what is this democracy about? Do we have monarch in this country? Or do we have a king or whatever in this country that we have to be going through this? Especially according to the news, the English part, they are the people suffering more. They are the people. Listen to what Paddy has to say about this as well.
Cameroon is having right now. The Anglophone part, they are employing terrorists there to murder them, innocent citizens, because they speak English in Cameroon. Because that is caused by France. France is employing terrorists in the Anglophone part in Cameroon to terrorize those people. In 2019, what happened there? They have murdered many citizens there. Innocent citizens, kill all of them. That was caused by France. France was employing terrorists.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I have to make it very short because of YouTube. So thank you for your patience. I hope you are getting everything. Thank you.
My people, I want to tell you this secret today. And I want you all to focus on this secret. You know what happened? Last time when I made a video about ECOWAS, I told you that they pay Bola Tinubu. They pay all of them. They give money to ECOWAS to invade Niger. I told you that last time. Okay, my people, the secret have come out to let, as a evidence of whatever I say, I'm not lying to Africans. Let me tell you, the money they give to ECOWAS, why ECOWAS couldn't invade right now? Why ECOWAS is no more talking about invasion or invading another country that make a coup? Why? Do you know why? Because ECOWAS leaders are now in conflict. The leaders in ECOWAS are now fighting against each other. Why are they fighting against each other, my brothers?
So he said some of the leaders has received the money and some of them hasn't received the money. And that's why it's peaceful. But for me, sometimes when it's peaceful like this and you don't hear any news, it means they are rearranging themselves, reorganizing themselves before the boom happen. I pray not this. We should always be vigilant about what will happen. And I pray that no any West Africa country will be allowed any foreign troops to come and use their space to, invade Niger, Mali, or any other country. Thank you so much. Please let me know. Is democracy really working in Africa? Like yesterday, I went out and I saw some flags. I'm not going to name some people, any party, but then people were calling me. And I went to one particular party session and I was offering money to vote for a particular party. And I told the guy, I don't live in this country. I don't have voting ID. And he said to me, it doesn't matter, give me your number and we'll arrange for it. I'm not making this up. Election time is up and it's hot. And the nasty things that is happening in this village alone, in my village alone. I mean, you then ask a question, is this really democracy? I don't think it's working. Right now, people are gathering, having meetings, sharing money. I even went to where they are making the cards. But I don't think I'm allowed to take a video. I don't want to expose myself that much. And 3 times I went there, and all I was hearing is, these people are not giving us the voting card. How can these young ones, how can they vote if they are not getting? One lady was so annoyed. She told me, I'm not going to vote. I'm tired. This is the 3rd time I'm going there. From this day onwards, if I do not get a card, I'm not going to vote. I'm tired. In Europe, I can sit in my home and vote, postal one. And if you want to go and join a queue and vote, you have right to go and do that. When a child, I think it's 18, they will bring it to your home. You can register to vote, postal one. I've been doing, I don't have time to, even if I have time, I'm not going to stand there and join any queue. I will stay in my house, think about it, decide on what is going on in my community, and then vote according to that. If you are not doing anything good in my community, there's no need for me to vote for you. I'll vote for different person in a letter box. That's it. I'm not going to put stamp on it or anything. So if you want this democracy to work in Africa, can it work? That's why we need different democracy. And that's why I agree with the YouTuber that says democracy is a lie in Africa. It's not helping. I'm jumping from one place to another. I'm sorry, but let's face reality, what is going on in Africa now. This old man need to go and rest. I don't mean need to go and die or anything, God forbid. He should go and rest. He has a younger woman, a wife that will look after him. He should be having a cup of tea now, put his feet down, but still hold on to power, just for his grandchildren and his children, and the rest are suffering. That's what I don't get. But that's all they all do. It's not just him. That's what they all do. The only thing I don't understand is, why is it he is on and on and on and on, and the rest, if it is other people, then they have to take them, then they pay democracy card. Oh, democracy. You have to be 2 terms and go. You have to be 2 terms and go. And somebody is on forever and they are not doing anything. We all know the reason why. Because they can get anything for free, whereby the people are suffering, whereby the people in the country are suffering. How wicked can some of our leaders be? Can you drive around and look at people, poor people, that some do not even have food to eat, and then carry all the resources and go and give to your best friends and play with them and shake their hands? It is painful. It is painful. And I don't know up to when this will stop. I pray that Cameroon people, it will not be like Gabon that they make fake coup, that the same family is on. I hope they will have somebody, a younger one, not old one, a younger one with Pan-Africa ideas to come and take over and look after the people, not the foreign, the people in a country. That's what we need. If we do that, if we look after ourselves, all this traveling, all this will stop. The Westerners will get peaceful mind, and then we will also have our peaceful mind, because at the end of the day, we have food on the table for us to eat and our children to eat. So we will not go and bother anyone. I saw UK politician says that, oh, this thing, Europe, it has been invaded by foreign immigrants. Well, if you mind your own business, it will not happen. But this thing that is happening in Niger now, God forbid, if it happen again, what they have seen is just a cake, a piece of cake. People will be moving more and more. The only thing for you to have your freedom and for us to have our freedom is to leave us alone, to mind our own business. Leave the resources here. Let them process the resources here. Let us export our resources with our own price, not price given by somebody. I can sit here and talk and talk. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for your time. I'm sure you feel my pain. What I'm thinking is the same thing you are also thinking. Otherwise, you will not be on this platform. Let's work together and remove all the betrayers among us, the people that do not care about Africa. Let's move them. Thank you for your time. God bless you, and I'll see you again very, very soon. God bless you. Bye bye.